The G20 summit showed that all countries have economic and political problems. Russia is no exception. But it often happens so that the most difficult problems are solved on a personal level when leaders of the countries have no more options to restore dialogue. Just on a personal level, the problems are starting to be solved. For example, as it was with Mr. Erdogan. So he backed out, and now we have better relations with Turkey. The same with Britain. They have a new leader, and now we have a chance for revitalization of relations. And now let's move on to Mr. Obama. He's a key partner to us. What is there anything that Obama could say or do so that he was rash in some way? Maybe something regarding sanctions, maybe something that you believed was not fair.
So he imposed sanctions, but that was very human of me, right? Diplomats say there is a substantive part of our relationship, and if another country makes some very substantive and specific steps to make our relationship worse, then this is a very hard fact. And if you ever want to revive the relationship, what you need to do first of all is annul the previous your previous measures, make them null and void. Go back on those sanctioning measures. And of course, you should not seek to resolve any issue or dispute to your benefit solely, but you should rather seek a compromise that would reflect and satisfy the interests of both parties. That is the basis that we are willing to work on with whatever country, including the United States. We are willing to seek compromise, not only to our own benefits, but also to the benefits of our counterparts. Because otherwise you can't really have any meaningful cooperation, and I would like our partners in the United States to finally start using the same attitude, to start having the same attitude vis-à-vis ourselves.
CCTV Russian, the only Russian correspondent in China. I have a question to you. How would you evaluate the China's what China did to help the world economy and the mechanism of the G20?
I think I won't say anything that would be totally new to anyone. Just by economic statistics, China is now the world's leading country as regards the rate of economic growth, and the entire world has been closely following the developments in the Chinese economy. Whenever there is a leader, a clear leader, everybody keeps watching that leader, watching the leader's progress. Even in countries that have a somewhat strained mutual history with China, this economic development still cannot but be seen as beneficial, as satisfactory, because everybody benefits from China's development. And as for Russia, we are happier than anyone to see that, because China is Russia's most important economic partner. We have seen our trade turnover go down somewhat in recent years, but we're not really concerned about that, because we are seeing very important developments, and that is the structure of our trade has been changing. It is becoming much more sophisticated. The Russian Mechanical engineering exports to China have been on the rise, and we have some very promising high-tech projects with China, not only in the area of nuclear power plants, but also in the area of aviation construction, space exploration, microelectronics. We have a lot of areas for mutual progress and cooperation, and that is also that also gives great potential to our relations. The size, the volume, and the diversification.